for someone like me, something came to something, they said I was owing them tax, I was doing this. That's why you need to follow up on this your tax. Hi guys, so going straight to the point, in my previous video where I talked about the pay slip, I explained everything on your pay slip, and I said I was going to make a separate video about your tax bracket and your tax code. Do you understand? So for the tax bracket, it's very important for you to know what you're doing, because if you are working hard, you know how to work hard and to make sure you're not just working for the government. You see people working in the UK screaming tax this, tax that. It is, this is what holds them at the leg, and that's why they are screaming tax this, tax that. So we have the band, we have the taxable income and the tax rate. So if you earn £12,570, you are not going to be taxed. But if you are an immigrant, you understand, you would not be able to earn that amount, because you are supposed to be able to earn, I think, up to £23,000 to be able to be on sponsorship. So this is not for you. But the only reason why this will be applicable to you is that the government is not going to tax the first £12,570 of your money in a year. Do you understand? So if you are earning £37,000, the government is not going to tax £12,570 out of it. Do you understand? But you will pay tax on the rest. So no matter what you are earning, even if you are earning £150,000 in a year, they would give you your, it's called your tax-free allowance. You will have that tax-free allowance. This is, they just believe that it's going to help you. So other than you thinking that maybe in January they're not going to tax me, no, they will still tax you. After they've removed the tax-free allowance, they will now spread your remaining tax over the next financial year. Do you understand? So that's why you have that. The rate is any other amount that you earn from that 12,571 up to £50,270, you are going to be taxed 20%. Take it, 20%. If you earn £50,721 to £150,000, you will be taxed 40% of your income. Imagine going to work every day, you will be taxed 40%. So if you are negotiating your salary, maybe you want an increment, you should also put that in consideration. And also, if you are working NHSP, maybe you're earning £45,000 already and you want to work NHSP, you need to be careful, because taxes are rising. Do you understand? Because anything that makes you, step out of that £50,000, any amount that you earn from there, you will be taxed 40% of it. Do you understand? Then if you earn over £150,000, you'll be taxed 45%. So this is called basic rate, higher rate, and additional rate. So your personal allowance is 12,570. Then you'll be charged 20% if you earn up to 50,270. If you earn more than 50,271, you'll be charged 40% till you earn £150,000. And if you earn £150,000 annually, you'll be charged 45%. If you want to confirm, people who know about footballers, I think they would be able to testify about this, because these footballers, they earn a lot of money. At the end of the day, if you see their pay slip, they are paying loads and loads and loads of tax. That's why football is generating money for the government. A lot of things are generating money for the government. People will say the UK is a leveler, and no matter how much you earn, the UK tries to bring everybody almost to the same level. Because if you earn high, you pay more tax. If you earn low, you pay low. You understand? So that's just the way it is, so that the poorer people would not pay more than the richer people, and that's the way it has always been. So according to the financial year we have, April 2023 till March 2024, if you earn up to £50,000, you will be taxed 20%. So if you go to the government website and you see, your taxable income will be 37,700. When I first saw the information, I was scared. Hey, why did they, increase? I was thinking what they meant was that if you earn up to £37,000, you will now be charged 40%. But no, that's not what they mean. What they mean is that after they've given you your allowance of £12,000, if you now earn an additional £37,000, you will be charged more than £37,000. You'll be charged what you'll be charged 40%. Oh, you'll be charged 40%. So it still equals to what I have just said. So apart from that, we've talked about that. Go back to your pay slip or go back to the video I made on pay slips. Just go back to that and check your pay slip. Check your pay slip code and then follow me. Let's talk about this tax code. So we have different type of tax code. I would mention all the tax codes that we have, but I would elaborate more on the one that is particular to nurses, midwives, or people that are in the international community. Me and you understand what you can relate to. So we have the L. The tax code actually comprises of numbers and letters. The letter has their own meaning. The number usually represents a figure. Do you understand? So I talked about that the general personal allowance for the public is £12,570. So if your tax code is correct, you find out that on your first job only, you would have 1257L. That means you have been given your 12,570 allowance. Do you understand? If you have anything less than that or is changed, you need to call the HMRC number. I think I'm going to attach their number in the description box. So if you have any other queries, maybe you've asked me in the comment section and I'm unable to answer you, then you can call them directly. Do you understand? So let's see what the letters mean. For example, I've told you about the 1257L, and that means that L means you receive the standard personal allowance. That is, you've had the allowance. That's why it's L. So for someone like me, something came to something. They said I was owing them tax. I was doing this. That's why you need to follow up on this, your tax code, because each financial year they will tell you. They told me that I was owing them £717. Then I called them. Why am I owing you? I've been checking my tax. Not knowing that when I first came to the country in 2021, when I didn't know much about this taxing, I didn't pay the correct tax. Do you understand? So that's why they brought it forward. They sent me a letter in 2021, to be honest, but they didn't say anything again in 2022. So I felt it was wrong, and I was following up with my tax code. They told me I'm up to date with my tax and all of that. Meanwhile, I was just up to date with my tax with the year 2022 to 2023, and I was owing for 2021 to 2022. So they gave me that 1 year, 1 year notice, and they are going to be removing it in this year now, 2023 to 2024. That is, I'm going to pay more tax than I've ever paid. But what they are going to do is they are going to spread that cost across my salary, and now they have reduced my personal allowance. So instead of me to have 12,570 or £1,000 allowance, I'm only going to be having 8,500 and I think 8,958 pounds as my personal allowance. So my tax code has now changed to 895L. Do you understand? Because my personal allowance has decreased. So that's the main reason why you need to monitor all these things, so that you'll be able to understand your tax code, and you'll be able to query it. That's basically what it's for. So OT, if you have OT behind your if you have OT behind your your tax code, that means you've used up your personal allowance. Maybe you are owing £12,000. Maybe you are owing £12,000. You understand? And you change job or something, they will just put OT, that is no personal allowance for you. So any money you are earning, you'll be taxed at 20% if it is less than £50,000. We have BR, this is basic pay, basic rate. This means that all your pay from this employment or pension is taxed at basic rate. This code is often used if you have more than one job or pension. So if you are taking agency shift, you are taking NHSP, you are taking extra jobs, you will be taxed at basic rate. So for immigrants, usually nurses and midwives, you can only take 2 jobs, you understand, at the same time. That's our visa restriction. And number of hours, just find out about it. I think I made a video about that. I can also attach that at the end end screen of this video. So your BR code on your NHSP, you'll be taxed 20%. DO means all your pay from this employment or pension is taxed at an higher rate. This code is often used if you have more than one job or pension. So this DO is when you are paying higher tax rates. D1 means all your pay from this employment or pension is taxed at an additional rate. This code is often used more than if you have more than one job or pension. So especially this DO, I talked about the tax bracket. You have the basic rates. We have the personal allowance, basic rate, the additional rate. That's if you're earning more than £50,000, and the higher rate, if you are earning more than £50,000, and the additional rate if you are earning more than £150,000. So these are the tax code that you'll be using. So if you are working and you see this tax rate, just know that you've entered the limits. You understand? You've entered the upper bracket of your tax. So okay, if you have untaxed income that is worth more than your personal allowance, this may be the case if you are paying off a tax bill from a previous year through a payee system. It might also apply if you are receiving taxable state benefit or company benefit. So untaxed income, if you are owing more than £12,000, your basic allowance, you're just going to put it as K because it's K, no need. If you are receiving 10% of your spouse or civil partners or personal allowance under your marriage allowance, this is public fund. We are not entitled to it, so I'm not going to talk about it. And it's if you qualify for the marriage allowance and you have chosen to transfer 10% of your unused personal allowance to your spouse or civil partner, it's also public fund, and I'm not going to talk about that. And C, if you don't pay any tax on this income. C, if you live in Wales and your earnings are subject to Welsh rate of income. So the income tax in Wales is different from England. So if you're in England, just learn more about it. Is that okay? S, if you live in Scotland and your earnings are subject to the Scottish rate of income tax. So that's also for Scotland. Find more information about that. T, if your tax code includes other calculations to work out your personal allowance, HMRC may use this if your situation is complex and they need to review your tax code to further review. So this is telling you that there's some type of tax that you've owed or you've carried over to some extent that it's now complicated for even HMRC, and they have to sit down and calculate it. At the end of the day, do you understand? They are just going to put that T there. That just wait, this T is there, we will still get back to you. So if you are seeing the T on your tax code, just call them and sort out whatever you have with them. We have W1 or M1. Their emergency tax code. They show that you are being taxed on the amount you earned in that particular week or month as opposed to cumulative income. So these are all the tax code. And like I said, the financial year is from April to March the next year. So if you think that, I think everyone in the UK should just call them, should download their HMRC app, because that way you're able to see how much they're taxing you, what your tax code is, get more information so that you won't be caught on guard. Do you understand? And if you don't know much about this tax code, watch videos like this, check the link that I'm going to link below to read more about this income tax so that you can be knowledgeable. It's not easy. Where I come from, I don't even know anything about tax. I worked about 2 years. All the tax, all the pension they've taken from me, I'm not even concerned about it. Do you understand? So if you are working, you need to know where your money is going to. If they're removing your pension, where is your pension going to? If they're removing your tax, where is your tax going to? So that if there's any disparity or you just feel like something is wrong somewhere, you can query it. So that will be the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, which I know you would find it helpful, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment below. Let me see if HMRC has broken your heart or they've not broken your heart, and if you're a newbie here, I just hope this video would really help you to understand what you're getting yourself into. So till we meet again in the next video, bye for now.